ay may tungkulin na pinanumpaan. Nanumpa na maglilingkod ng buong puso batay sa tanggapan na kanyang pamumunuan. Bago ang lahat, mamamayan muna. Ito ang palatuntunang maglalahat ng mga tuwirang impormasyon upang magsilbing gabay ng ating mga nanunungkulan saan mang tanggapan ng pamahalaan para sa kapakanan ng mamamayan. Bago ang lahat, mamamayan muna. Maglalatag ng mga naangkop na payo para sa lahat ng mamamayan na umaasam ng tunay na pagbabago at kaginhawahan sa buhay. Bago ang lahat, mamamayan muna. At ngayon, narito ang inyong lingkod, Corazon Alma.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Please like and share our live video in our FB page, Broad Streamcast Communicators. Follow me on Facebook at Corazon Alma de Leon, or you may contact me at 0918-912-3546. At dahil ang ating co-host na si Sonia Rocco ay nasa Singapore at si Lucy Lazo will come in late, babasahin ko muna yung dati kong binabasang mga introductory verses dito. Una, yung nasa ng araw. Matagal ko nang inasahan ang pagsikat ng araw. Matagal ko nang inasahan ang paglaho ng dilim. Ngunit bakit ganito ang buhay? Bakit ganito ang damdamin? Ang puso ay nagtatanong, ang diwa ay nagtataka. Nasaan ang araw? Ang araw pala ay nasa puso. Ang araw pala ay nasa kaluluwa ng balanaw. Kung ang puso ay puno ng pagmamahal, hindi na kailangang itanong, nasaan ang araw? Kung ang kaluluwa ay puno ng katotohanan, hindi na kailangang itanong pa, nasaan ang araw? Sa isip, sa salita at sa gawa, nakapaloob ang araw. Kailanman ay walang kadiliman. Sa tuwa, katotohanan at pagmamahalan. Salamat sa poong may kapal, may kasagutan na ang tanong kong nasaan ang araw. At kasama dito ay ang poem ni Rabindranath Tagore na binabasa natin sa programang ito. Where mind is without fear and head held high, where the world has not been broken to fragments by narrow domestic walls, where tireless strivings stretch their arms toward perfection, where the mind is led forward to thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Kasama sa pagising natin sa ating bansa ay itong binabasa kong unless someone cares, because at no time in our country today na kailangan nating isipin sino ay nagmamahal sa bayan. I don't think our communities will ever be clean and green unless someone cares. I don't believe our government will be good, just, and honest unless someone cares. I don't expect our leaders to be morally upright and politically sensitive unless someone cares. I don't expect a better life for our poor and oppressed people unless someone cares. I don't have the faith that we face a brighter future unless someone cares. I don't feel we will ever realize our dreams and aspirations unless someone cares. I don't know if we will all live our sense of purpose to build a better world unless someone cares. That someone is us, that someone is you and me, that someone is everybody, for we all must care. At tulad ng ating dating ginagawa, sa halip na closing prayer, I will look at it as a beginning prayer. Prayer for the nation. Lord, let me be the change I want to see, to do with strength and wisdom all that needs to be done, and become the hope that I can be. Set me free from my fears and hesitations. Grant me the courage and humility. Fill me with spirit to face the challenge and start the change I long to see. Even if I'm not the light, I can be the spark in faith, service, and communion. Let us start the change we want to see, the change that begins in me. At dahil ang ating co-host na si Lucy Lazo ay hindi pa naglalight. Gusto ko lang ibalita na ang ating panauhin ay si Rosel Lea K. Rivera at siya ay connected with or working with community development. And ang tanong nga dito ay tanungin natin siya tungkol sa kanyang trabaho and about gender equality promotion. Dahil napakahalaga ito. Kaso hindi pa siya nagla-light. In the meantime, ay tatanungin natin ang mga sumusunod sa kanya. And hopefully, ay masasagot niya ito. Describe the project where you practice community organizing and how it is linked to mental health. Kasi ang topic ngayong pag Tuesday ay mental health. What mental health issues did the Atis, an ethnic group, manifest or express? Please elaborate. How did this emerge? Ito yung mga tanong na nais tanongin ni Lucy Lazo, ang ating co-host. Pero habang wala pa siya, sinasabi na natin ano yung mga katanungan na tatalakayin natin na magiging mahalaga sa buhay ng mga Pilipino. Susunod, what lessons did you learn from your community organizing work among the Atis? How can this be used to address gender equality promotion as well as address mental health issues? Natutuwa ako na napadala itong impormasyon na ito kay Professor Dazelle Rivera at inaantay pa lang natin siya, madidelay, pati si Lucy Lazo. Pero in the meantime, hindi po natin sasayangin ang oras at gagamitin natin to habang wala sila para marinig ng mga tao na kung anong kahalagan ng ating tatalakayin. Mahalaga na tanungin natin ang ating sarili. Kung ano nga ba ang may mga tanong dito na si Saint Francis de Sales, for instance, have no fear for what tomorrow may bring. The same loving God who cares for you today will take care of you tomorrow and every day. God will either shield you from the suffering or give you unfailing strength to bear it, be at peace, and then put aside all anxious thoughts and imaginations. Napakagandang ulit-ulitin ito para sa mga nanonood sa atin. Bakit? Anong kahalaga nito? Unang-una ay it will give us what we call redeeming grace by Gilly Lemon. Ang sabi niya, we sometimes stumble along the way and we cannot see the truth that God must have a reason for the pain we're going through. It helps to know we're growing, and each trial will make us strong, and God will draw us near to Him because it's where we all belong. Don't let the hard times throw you and cause you to doubt your faith. God is just to make things right. He redeems us by His grace. Tamang-tama ito para sa mental health dahil dito tayo nag stumble and naniniwala ako may mga messages dito sa libro na matututo tayo. For instance, sabi dito, when you're lonely, I wish you love. When you're down, I wish you joy. When you're troubled, I wish you peace. When things are complicated, I wish you simple beauty. When things are chaotic, I wish you inner silence. When things are empty, I wish you hope. And kasama din dito yung sinabi ni Alice Mortensen about consolation. Ang sabi niya, earth hath no sorrow that heaven can't heal. As I often repeat it, great comfort I feel, and I long to reach out to those in the storm. O of sorrow's dark night, and point to the morn when joy will abound up there in the skies, as God gently wipes the tears from our eyes. Oh, then we'll see dearly the face we adore and greet our dear loved ones who've gone on before. gone every heartache that here we may feel, for earth hath no sorrow that heaven can't heal. Napakahalaga na namnamin natin ito sa sandaling panahon na hinaharap natin ang mga katotohanan sa ating buhay. Tapos, meron din ditong reflection na nais kong basahin. Prayer to the Father. Father, you know me better than I could ever know myself. You know in all truth that I have been, what I am, what I will become. You know me when I am loving and when I am selfish. You know when I succeed and when I fail. You know everything about me. And yet, Father, you have you love me more than I will ever know. You don't hold it against me that I fail or I am discouraged. You try also to show me that I should not hold it against myself, because by doing so, I will fail to love more. You are forgiving and loving. It is beyond my understanding. I read your word and I am inspired, but then immediately feel its poverty in my own life. But Father, if I do not try to escape, if I do not try to escape you, really, where can I go? Deep down, I never want to escape you, but at times I try. Help me realize that at these times you will support me. You will send the light needed. You will send your consolation through another. You will send your strength and courage. God, my Father, know my thoughts. Give me to you. You know that I desire, even though I do not always move toward my goal. Hindi pa po natin naririnig kung ano ang kung darating po sa atin ang mga panauhin, pero hindi na po natin aaksayin ng panahon at magbabasa po tayo ng mga karapat-dapat na marinig ng ating nanonood sa ating programa at sumusubaybay. Ang isa pang message ay, my wish for you. Where there is pain, I wish you peace and mercy. Where there is self doubting, I wish you a renewed confidence in your ability to work through it. Where there is tiredness or exhaustion, I wish you understanding, patience, and renewed strength. Where there is fear, I wish you love and courage. At kalakip dito, dahil ang last word ay courage, sabi ni Hope C. Over Hellman, oh, give me courage. Oh, give me courage, Lord, today to face what comes along. Give me the faith and love I need to fill each day with song, or give me the courage, Lord, today to follow in thy way. Help me to do what I should do and hear me when I pray. Oh, give me courage, Lord, today and strength to do thy will. Lead me and guide me, precious Lord, for I need thy presence still. Oh, give me courage, Lord. Today, come wash away my pain. Thou art my master, Lord and King, and ever shall remain. Napakalaga na namnamin natin itong sinulat dito sapagkat sa mga nakakaroon ng problema sa mental health, napakahalaga na makipag-ugnayan sa kanyang Diyos at sa kanilang mga kasamahan. Ito naman ay mismong sa Bible, Psalm 143-8, verse 10 to 11. Ang binabasa ko dito ay mahalaga din. At dawn, let me hear of your kindness, for in you I trust. Show me the path I should walk, for in you I entrust my life. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your kind spirit guide me on ground that is level. For your name's sake, Lord, give me life. In your justice, lead me out of distress. Isa pang mahalaga na babasahin ko dito ay ang after a while. Kasi ito yung minsan nakakalimutan natin na after a while, kailangan nating isipin. Kasi ito ay excerpt from A Song to Kathy written by Lisa Dalton. Sabi niya, after a while, you learn the subtle difference between holding a hand and chaining a soul. And you learn that love doesn't mean leaving, and company doesn't always mean security. And you begin to learn that kisses aren't contracts and presents aren't promises. And you begin to accept your defeats with your head up high and your eyes ahead, with the grace of a woman, not the grief of a child. And you learn to build all your roads on today, because tomorrow's ground is too uncertain for plans, and futures have a way of falling down in mid-flight. After a while, you learn that even sunshine burns if you get too much. So you plant your own garden and decorate your own soul instead of waiting for someone to bring you flowers. And you learn that you really can endure, that you really are strong, that you really do have worth, and you learn with every goodbye you learn, lalo na sa nakakaramdam ng pagka kalungkot. Napakalaga na matuto tayo how to cope with that loneliness. Si Albert Einstein naman ay sinulat, nothing that I can do will change the structure of the universe. But maybe by raising my voice, I can help the greatest of all causes, goodwill among men, and peace on earth. Napakatotoo itong sinasabi niya dahil hindi mo mapapalitan ang istruktura ng ating daigdig, ng ating universe. Pero pag tayo'y nagsalita at tayo'y nagsalita ng katotohanan, makatutulong tayo sa isang napakagaling na cause, at yun ay goodwill and peace. Goodwill among men and peace on earth. Similarly, sabi ni George Washington, observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. Napakalaga na isipin ngayon na ano yung dapat natang malaman. Steps to happiness. Everybody knows. Mahalaga din na sinulat ko to para sa aking pamangkin. At ang sabi ko, you can't be all things to all people. You can't do all things at once. You can't do all things equally well. You can do all things better than everyone else. Your humanity is showing just like everyone else. So, you have to find out who you are, and be that, you have to decide what comes first and do that. You have to discover your strengths and use them. You have to learn not to compete with others because no one else is in the context of being you. Then you will have learned to accept your own uniqueness. You will have learned to set priorities and make decisions. You will have learned to live with your limitations. You will have learned to give yourself the respect that is due, and you'll be most vital mortal. Dare to believe that you are a wonderful, unique person, that you are once in all history event, that it's more than a right, it's your duty to be who you are, that life is not a problem to solve, but a gift to cherish, and you'll be able to stay one up on what used to get you down. Napakaganda ito na steps to happiness, dahil ito kailangan natin lahat. Galing naman ito sa ating Bible, kay Luke, na sinabi niya, no man, when he had lighted a candle, covered it with a vessel, or putteth it under a bed, but set it on a candlestick, that they which enter in may see the light. Kasama din dito yung katotohanan na fame is a vapor, popularity an accident, riches take wing, and only character endures, according to Horace Greeley. Sabi naman ni John Grimes, the greatest waste in the world is the difference between what we are and what we could be. Ibig sabihin, meron din tayong dapat unamain the comfort of His love. When I'm in need of courage of Him, I can rely. I merely need to ask His help, for He is standing by. He fortifies my waning strength when pressures take them toll, and little heartaches make it hard to keep tears in control. He gives me hope for better times when treasures slip away. He inspires me with glowing faith that clearly lights my way. I'm grateful for this blessed intervention from above, but most of all, I'm grateful for his sweet, unselfish love from Catherine Jansen Irvin. Napakalaga na unawain na ito sapagkat marami tayong malalaman at matutunan na ito din ay isa para same author na nagdasal para sa children. Sabi niya, a prayer for children. Lord, please bless my children. Protect them day and night. Lead them down the right roads forever in their sight. Let them know thy presence each step along the way, giving strength and courage to sustain them, come what may. Be their consolation in times of uh, woe and strife. Guide them past the pitfalls on their journey through this life. And when this life is over, see them safely to that shore where peace and love are boundless beyond heaven's golden door. Same from Catherine Jansen Irwin. Kasama naman dito yung tinatawag nating peace and joy. By the way, nanonood, nakikinig sa atin si Maluyu, si Edlin Nancha, and of course si Evelyn Roda mula sa Maryland. Maraming salamat. Gusto ko lang sabihin na aalisin ko yung retratong inilabas dito. Okay. Thank you very much. At ang babasahin ko ngayon ay peace and joy. Kapayapaan, and of course, joy, uh, joy sa Tagalog ay kasayahan. Because my faith in God is strong, my life is filled with hope. When problems rise and threaten me, He gives me strength to cope. I don't lose heart when things go wrong, for God will make it right. I know He always understands and protects me from my plight, for He sees all and truly cares and knows my every need. If I keep faith and hope with Him, He'll always intercede. He'll calm my troubled spirit and smooth my wrinkled brow. He'll fill my heart with peace and joy, His love on me and thou. I won't lose heart or be depressed because God's love is true, and He will help me find success in everything I do. From Dolores Carides. Tamang-tama naman ito. I won't lose heart or be depressed. Minsan ang nangyayari, nagtatampo tayo dahil nasaktan tayo, pero hindi naman nakakatulong yon. Dahil sa akin, itong reflection na ito ay napakalaga. Law and Order, just this week on CNN and BBC, I saw the unfolding, the story of our country, from People's Power 1 to EDSA 3. How interesting that in my speech before the graduating class of social work and community development in UP, I said I'm an advocate of EDSA 3, which means empower development through social action. I saw the graphic film clips of the violence of the poor desperate to change the government. But is it and will it be changed for good or changed for the past that we already did? The event was clearly an exercise of power, the power to lead of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo then, and the power to change for the supporters of former President Joseph Erap Estrada. The uprising had been quelled. The revolution, though, is far from over, and all cause that is our cause. For in the democracy there are many voices. Is it the voice of the noisy minority? Is it the voice of the silent majority? These are questions one must ask nevertheless or nonetheless when people demonstrate. They must understand the issues before them. Understanding begins by knowing the cause. The cause has its cost to the organizers. Nobody within what, no matter how just, we all must seek peace. At kasama din dito ay andito na si Lucy Lazo at siya naman ang iniintay ko talaga. Pero ang gusto kong basahin para sa iyo, Lucy, wala ka pang microphone, pero binabasa ko muna
Yeah.
habang naghihintay.
Oo.
Ito lang, strength through prayer. Babasahin ko dahil ito ang kailangan natin ngayon. No? Strength through prayer. The day had brought me heartache, turning skies to darkest gray. With a heavy heart, I drew aside and humbly knelt to pray. I told God that my burden was more than I could bear. Then I heard him gently say, I'll strengthen you through prayer. With anxious heart, I still prayed on. Lord, take this cup from me. Again, I heard his voice so kind. My child,
Counseling.
draw near to me. There sweetly flowed an inner peace that overcome despair. In this kind and loving way, God
Experiences with
strengthened through
counseling.
prayer. Tamang-tama, nandito na yung ating co-host. Lucy, mag-greet ka muna. Sabi mo
Oo.
malilate ka. Tama, half an hour late. Kaya
Ang hirap ko
mag-greet ka
mag-connect on the
muna.
road kasi ako.
But that's
Oo.
okay. Mas mabuti na yung
Magandang
wala ka sa
hapon.
road. Pero, um, ito, alam
Magandang
mo, hindi
hapon lahat
dumating yung
sa ating mga
bisita.
tagapakinig. Ha?
Oo, hindi dumating yung bisita, pero minention ko ano mga tanong natin. Hindi ko alam
Yeah.
kung bakit, um,
Kaya hindi na
kasi hindi,
makakonek.
parang email lang yata ang pinadala eh. Pinadala mo, email lang.
No, I did send. Ini-resend ko pati yung mga yung link.
Hindi, andito yung mga questions. Binasa ko na para kay
Oo.
Roselea, kay Rivera.
Yes,
Pero
Professor Daz Rivera.
hindi pa siya
Baka hindi siya
nag-on sa,
maka-enter. Baka
baka
hindi
nga.
siya makapasok.
Oo. Pero siguro
Oo.
kwento mo na lang kasi ang pagkakilala mo sa kanya at saka yung nangyari sa'yo, nagkasakit ka. Kasi gusto ko marinig sa mga nanonood sa atin bakit kumunti ka nang hindi makarating sa programa. Go ahead, Lucy.
Um,
Ikaw ngayon ang
well,
magkwento.
actually, umakyat ako sa Manawe Rice Terraces and did some
Yes.
trekking there. And alam mo naman, mga barkadahan, so it was a mini reunion with high school classmates. And we were so engrossed with our chit-chatting. And then at the same time, nagkumakain ng chicharon, kumakain ng nuts, so lahat ng kabawalan all the safeguards were down. So lahat ng mga maintenance, nakalimutan na. So I had my hypertensive attack. And maybe it's a good reminder for many of our audience na ang ano ho, sa panahon ngayon, kailangan pagpatuloy natin ang pagbabantay sa sarili nating kalusugan. That's both physical and mental health, you know. Mental health, there can be no health without mental health, but at the same time, your mental health can only be safeguarded also if you are in the proper physical health. Kaya yun po ang isang naging karanasan ko lately, na dahil sa kwentuhan, masarap makipagkwentuhan, masarap makipagmarites, pero hindi po pwedeng kakalimutan kung ano yung mga requirement natin dahil po sa estado natin, lalo na po yung mga senior, daming comorbidities, hindi ho namamalayan yung mga kinakain natin ay maaring hindi magdulot ng maganda.
Makaapekto. Yeah.
So kaya po, tagubilin ko sa lahat na maaring nandun sa ganong sitwasyon, huwag niyo pong kakalimutan na kailangan po nating pangalagaan ang ating sarili. Ngayon, siguro Cora, ang maisi-share ko sa ngayon, yung ating guest sana, si Professor Dazelle Rivera, baka hindi makapasok, no, dahil ang very unstable and irregular ang mga Wi-Fi connections. In any case, si Professor Dazelle Rivera is our Gender Equality Promotion Officer in the project on Atipan, which tries to reach out to ethnic groups who are hardly reached
The
by
atis.
the ATIs who are hardly reached by mental health
Mm.
services. Some of our previous speakers spoke of the Atipan Project. And ito yung
Mm.
kasama dito, yung hindi lang yung physical health services, but pati na mental health services. In fact, ang isa hong lumutang doon sa pakikipagtalakayan, pakikipag-usap doon sa mga ati na mga taga-Panay ay mga mental health issues na hindi
Yes.
po nila nakikita na mental health issue yon. Pero yung mga pinapaliwanag nila, i-share nila na kanilang karanasan, ay nagpapahiwatig na meron silang pinagdaraanan. And some of them
Mm.
speak of sadness, some of them have depression. These are unsolicited. So, but they don't use the label depression. Ang alam lang
Yes.
nila, nalulungkot sila, pero
May
hindi nila
nararamdaman. May
oo, meron silang
nararamdaman na hindi maipaliwanag. Very
correct.
often yun ang sinasabi.
Oo. So ang isang naging bunga nung pakikipag-ugnayan sa kanila ay yung pagkilala at pagkaalam natin na meron pala silang pinagdaraanan na sila mismo hindi nila alam kung ano yon, no? And when you try to analyze, part of it has to do, lalo ng pandemya, yung issue ng saan ka ba kukuha ng kakainin mo? Saan ka
Yes.
ba, ano bang gagawin mo para mapangalagaan mo na hindi ka magkakasakit, hindi ka mahahawa, hindi ka makakahawa. So all of that was actually interplaying and was affecting them mentally and emotionally. So hindi nga lang nila may paliwanag. So doon po
Mm.
sa proyektong ito sa Atipan, nakasulukuyan pa rin nating sinasagwa, at we're trying to expand it to other ethnic groups. And we're hoping that in time, if we receive good funding, we can do it for ethnic groups that are unreached by health services in Luzon and in Visayas and Mindanao. So, isa po yun sa ambisyon natin na maipalaganap natin. Ang isa pong unang-una na kailangang ipaliwanag natin sa mga ethnic groups, there is such a thing as mental health, na yung kanilang pinagdaraanan ay hindi kakatwa, hindi unusual doon sa mga sitwasyon na kanilang kinaroroonan, yung kanilang nararanasan.
Yeah.
Lalo na nga po, naging marked, it was very marked during the pandemic. Yung iba sa kanila, naiiyak, tumutulo ang luha, nalulungkot, pero hindi nila mapaliwanag kung ano yun. Now, ano po ang ano yung gender equality issue na nakita natin doon? Karaniwan po yung mga kababaihan nakakaranas ng ganung pagkalungkot, kasi nga sila ang nagkukumahog para masiguro na may kinakain ang kanilang mga pamilya, ang kanilang mga anak, no? But they don't know what to do. So they're in a state of anxiety, they're in a state of panic. Paano ang gagawin?
Correct.
And yun ang isang malaki na no,
Oo.
issue. So,
Ang nakita ko, Lucy, and I am reading
mm,
it in my book, the best that we find in our travels is an honest friend. He's a fortunate voyager who finds many. I think yung trip ninyo sa Baler indicated that dahil kayong mga classmates nung araw ay nakita-kita at
mm,
nagkwentuhan. Kaya nga, siguro tamang-tama, babasahin ko yung sinabi ni Henry C. King na
yeah.
makakatulong na maunawaan ng mga tao ano yung pagdadaanan natin sa buhay. He
Mm,
would grow into larger and richer friendships must recognize first of all that if his friend is in truth worthy of such friendship as he seeks, the great way is by personal association. Tama yung ginawa mo. One cannot grab up and hurry off with the fine fruits of friendship. No friendship that counts for much with either men or God can become one's own without the giving of time, of thought, of attention, of honest response. No friendship is so high, so fine, or so assured that it does not need that friends would take time to be together, that they should be willing to think enough to enter with some appreciation into the thought and experience of each other, and that they should make honest response to the best in each other's character and each in their own in each other's vision. I am sure sa kwentuhan ninyo ay nakita mo ito. Yung bang after so many years, na-recognize mo na kahit na hindi na kayo nagkita for such a long time, eh, parang walang pagbabago sa
oo.
pagsasamahan ninyo. And I think yun ang joy na na-experience mo sa mga naging classmate mo. I think high school classmates sila sa UP,
Oo,
ano?
oo, we took the time to we said to each other, aba, hindi na ganung kadami ang panahon
Karami,
na
yes,
oo,
yes.
sa mundo. And we were counting 140 kami sa batch namin na magkakaklase. Out of
Mm.
140, 35 na ang lumarga, no? The 105 na lang kaming natitira dito ngayon. So sabi namin, we should take the time as much as possible to get together because we don't have much time. So yun po ang tingin ko, malaking bagay yung tingin natin yung mga reunion eh ano lang yan, parang social events. But the truth
Hindi.
is, it does help us nurture our own mental health. Eh kasarap tumawa pagka magkakasama kayo dahil nababalik-balikan nyo yung mga pinagdaanan nyo nung kabataan
Yes.
nyo. And it does it nourishes the soul, no? Na kasi lahat ng mga pinagdaanan nyo din sa buhay, magkakaiba kayo ng mga tinahak na landas, pero nagkita-kita ngayon and we share with each other both the joys, the pains, the pleasures that we went through, and the lessons we learned as we went along, no? So, pagka makikita mo, mararamdaman mo kung how candid, how frank, no, the sharing is because all of us really went through the experience and it helps reassure each other na yung pinagdaanan mo pala, pinagdaanan din ng iba. In a different form maybe, pero ganun din, pareho kayong may pinagdaanan. And so we learn from each other. Kaya yun po mga reunion na yan, wag nating maliitin dahil they do
Yes.
help us in a very significant way.
Mm. Alam mo, tamang-tama ito, babasahin ko yung poem na safekeeping. Kasi para sa
Oo.
akin, safekeeping yung to keep your friends together. Yung nagpunta pa kayo sa baler, kumbaga, out of town talaga. Pero
Oo.
ito kasi ang nakasulat dito na I think kay Saint Francis de Sales, sabi niya, do not look forward to the changes and chances of this life in fear. Huwag tayong matakot. Rather, look to them with full hope that as they arise, God, who you are, will deliver you out of them He is your keeper. He has kept you hitherto. Do you but hold fast to his dear hand, and he will lead you safely through all things. And when you cannot stand, he will bear you in his arms. Do not look forward to what may happen tomorrow. Our Father will either shield you from suffering or he will give you strength to bear it. Kaya anong nangyari, biner mo ngayon dito kasi nagkasakit ka, pero nag-enjoy ka naman sa ano ninyo.
Eh
Yung
talagang
anong
ganyan
learnings
yung
mo?
well, every joy may katapat din namang ano yan na katapat na pain, as every pain
Hmm,
has a corresponding pleasure. Hindi mo alam kung it will happen immediately uh, or as soon as possible, no? Pero
correct,
ang
correct.
ano doon, ang nakakatuwa lang doon is nakikita mo yung maturation ninyo na magkakaklase,
Yeah.
yung level of maturity that each one of you have reached, and that each one of you have grown in different ways, and yet there is a common ground, no, na pareho kayo ng pinanggalingan nung high school, tapos
Oo.
kanya-kanya na kayong landas, and then pagbalik nyo, parang meron pa rin common ground. And that's the sharing
Mm,
that you do. Kaya nga para sa akin, it was a treat sa amin ang ginagawa namin, lalo na yung mga nagbabalik bayan na galing sa Amerika. Eh di syempre winter doon. Di kainaman, uuwi sila dito sa Pilipinas pagka winter doon, no? So February is a good time for us. Dito naman, tama lang, malamig-lamig, maganda ang weather, tolerable ang
yeah.
lamig. So it's nice to be together. So kami series of mini reunions. Iba yung grand reunion namin ng mga 60 people. Tapos meron pa kami mga pocket reunions,
Small.
alam mo.
Yeah.
Oo, because then you get to talk to each other more deeply, yung mga kasi hindi mo naman lahat i-broadcast ng ano mo, na
Ah,
karanasan mo, but to certain small groups you share it, no? And
yeah.
that's where I think yung the depth of the connection is established, the bonds are reinforced. Yung dati nyo ng bonds noon, parang you pick up from where you left off and
Mm.
strengthen those bonds that you will treasure throughout time. And pag nakita na naman kayo ulit, may bago na naman kayong sharing, no? So, mahalaga po yung mga reunion na yan, yung pagkita natin ng mga kaibigan.
Thank you. Alam mo, sabi ni Mabel Roa, good afternoon, Ma'am Cora. Watching and listening to your poems, prayers, and quotes. Relaxing and inspiring. Thank you for sharing and God bless po. Siyempre, pag nagkatawang wala yung kasama mo, eh kailangang maging ready ka na kung ano yung ipapalit mo. Sabi ni Presi Bombeta, good to see you, Ma'am Lucy, with you, Ma'am Cora. Good day
Oo.
to both of you. Yes, sa susunod na Bible study, kasama ka na, Presi Bombeta. Ito
Hi,
siguro,
Presi.
Lucy,
Oo.
ang pwede
Mm-mm.
nating sabihin sa mga nakasama mo na ikaw naman ay ginawa mo, hope for tomorrow. There's hope for tomorrow even when things look dim. There's hope for tomorrow when you put your trust in Him. Though darkness surrounds you, He's always there with arms that will hold you in His loving care. Just when you thought you had lost everything, He's right there beside you with comfort to bring, and you'll know assurance. He'll never depart, for He's dwelling inside you, right there in your heart. Sabi ni Connie A. Kirby. Kaya ako natutuwa, parang matatapos ang programa natin na nagre-resonate sa mga karanasan. At I think in summary, Lucy, meron
Mm.
tayong 5 minutes bale na
Mm.
isa-summarize natin yung karanasan mo sa baler, yung karanasan ko, hindi ko na ikinuwento na na-opera ako, pero yung aking, um, magiging summary na sinulat ko noong 2003, 9 point, parang 9 point agenda na babasahin ko as closing. Ikaw muna, Lucy, anong
Ah,
lessons learned mo sa biyahe
ah,
ninyong, may gastos yun, di ba?
of course, you make an investment. It's an investment you make. Pero, may ano naman, katapat
Nandiyan.
naman. For me, for example, Banawe is in my bucket list. Hindi ko
Yes.
akalain na matutupad ko ngayon, taon na to, ay nataon na may mga kaklase din ako gusto nilang mapuntahan. So we went together into such fun. We went via Bagabag, and yung isang kaibigan naman namin doon,
Yes.
si Prof.
Oh.
Castillo, entertained us in her farmhouse na napakaganda, farmhouse na mansion actually, no? So we had the local food, we had all the rural setting, we had it all, pagkain, food, fun, everything, lahat ng kalokohan. Para kaming mga little girls and little boys, high school boys and high school girls na parang binabalikan namin yung nakaraan. And I'd say it's always refreshing, it's always nourishing, and I don't think we should be ashamed to go back to our childhood, to our origins, no? Ang isa pa po
Yes.
na malaki kong napansin, lalo po naming nakita ang kagandahan ng Pilipinas. Napakaganda ng Pilipinas. Because we went via, going from Banawe, we went back via the Baler side, via the Pacific Coast side. So we
Yeah.
went through from Nueva Vizcaya, Quirino, Dajawan, all the way down to Baler.
Mm.
Napakaganda po ng view ng senaryo doon na marami pang hindi nakakaalam doon sa ano na yon, doon sa daan na yon. Maganda na ang daan, and congratulations to the leadership who enabled the paving of those roads, because it
Yes.
will make a big difference. Yun pong
Correct.
mga gusto mag-tourism, ini-encourage ko po kayo, tingnan nyo po, subukan yung daanan, yung lugar na yun. Bagamat mahaba-haba, there are alternative routes. One goes via Bungabon, Nueva Ecija, the other one goes via Pantabangan Dam. So, depende na po kung anong scenery ang gusto nyong tinan. Pero yun pong scenery by the Pacific Coast side ay napakaganda. No? So,
Thank you.
yung
Thank you.
kagandahan ng Pilipinas, nakita namin lalo.
Na-reinforce.
Oo.
Na-reinforce. Sabi ni Ching Ning Chu, he summarizes it all. If we want to have a soul to lead and a heart to change, we must remember how to live and not how to die. So that's a good ending. Tapos na
Mhm.
tayo. 10 minutes is up. Closing na tayo. And in fine, I want to thank everybody for listening to what we have provided you this afternoon. At hindi pa ho tapos, sa susunod na linggo, sa susunod na Martes, ay meron naman tayo naman on health justice. Sinabi ko na ho na every first and third Tuesday, ay meron tayong mental health. Pag third, pag second and fourth, meron tayong health justice. Kaya abangan nyo ito at ako'y malalim ang aking pasasalamat kay Lucy na nakahabol after half an hour at nagamit na naman natin ang panahon, ng oras para makapagdamdamin ng mga sabi nga prayers and quotes. Kaya maraming salamat for mental health din ito yung mga binasa natin. Salamat, salamat sa inyong lahat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Inyong napakinggan at natunghayan ang Bago ang Lahat, Mamamayan Muna. Sa pamamagitan pa rin ng inyong tulay sa tunay na pagbabago, ang Broad Streamcast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.